Hello everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Essence, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about something a little controversial, but that's okay. Sometimes a little controversy is needed to draw attention to the main topic. Now, what controversy are we going to stir up today? Well, I got to thinking, why is magic considered a sin to Christians? And I thought it over. Now, truth be told, I was never a Christian. I'm not like a Christian turned pagan. When I was a little kid, my dad made us go to church. He was Christian, my mom was Christian, and so we went to Sunday school. And of course, we liked Sunday school, but even as kids, we were questioning like the things that they were teaching us. And whenever we would ask questions, we would never actually get a definitive answer to certain stuff. I remember telling asking my Sunday school teacher, so God has magic powers? And she's like, no, he doesn't have magic powers. And I'm like, but you just said he's all powerful. And she's like, he is. And that was it. And I'm just like, And I remember when my dad found out that I was starting to read about witchcraft and stuff, he was like, but witchcraft and magic is a sin. And I said, oh, why? Can never give me a definitive answer. So many people saying that, well, God says no, so that's it. Well, let's put that completely rational argument aside for now and just really dive into what magic is. Okay. So we all know that we have energy in the body, and there's energy also outside of us. Every object, every being in this whole universe has energy to some degree. Obviously, inanimate objects have more lower vibrational energy that is not necessarily negative, but neutral. We have energy that can go up and down depending on the beings that we are, depending on our emotions, depending on what we are thinking, what we are feeling. And magic is just the manipulation of that energy to various degrees and for multiple purposes. You can use it to help, and you can use it to hurt. You can also use it to stabilize certain energies of another person, location, or circumstance. Now, I could see for the negative aspects of why witchcraft might be considered a sin, because people have used it to harm others. And there have been certain pagan tribes throughout history who have utilized the practice of human sacrifice, even child sacrifice or animal sacrifice, which was not all. But I could see why when the Christians saw this happening, they were like, oh my God, we got to make magic a sin. They're practicing some dark shit right here. Okay. But there were people, other people in history who were witches, who were simply people who collected herbs. They believed that we could take medicine into our own hands. We could use energies within the body to heal ourselves and others. People who believed that we could harness incredible power. And the Christians saw this, and I believe what they were thinking was, since they believe that everything comes from God, right? So everything else had to be from the devil. This thinking contradicted that God had all the power. So to say to a Christian that we have the potential to become gods, that we have the potential to manipulate things in this world with our emotions and our own energies would be sacrilege, not to mention terrifying. So it's, I think, more of a matter that to prove that we have the ability to take things into our own hands in terms of energy and magic, to be able to turn the tides of certain circumstances in this world, would contradict that it all came from God. So they had to put a stop to it. They had to say, oh, then it must be from the devil. You're evil. We got to kill you. And not to mention, there were a lot of ignorant people out there, people who didn't understand this energy and did not want to. They were so comfortable in their little bubble of, oh, God protects me, God has my back. If I pray to God, he will help me, and he is the only one who has that power to do so. No one else does. That they did not want to understand that the way that other people thought. The understanding of magic and people utilizing the energy of not only themselves, but in their environment as well. They had to put a stop to it, because then it would have shattered that little comfortable bubble. And there were those who were also terrified of it. They're like, well, if you have the power to cure sickness, does this mean you also have the ability to cause it as well? I can't take that chance. So a lot of these people were murdered. And you know what the funny thing is? Well, not so much funny as ironic, is that there were a lot of people who weren't even witches. Like in the Salem witch trials. These people were just people who were eccentric, who or did things differently, or believed differently than the other Puritans, and they were considered bad because of that. And witches. But then again, there were people who didn't like others as much, so of course they're like, well, if I label them a witch, then of course I can get rid of that people, and I don't have to worry about them no more. So there was a whole bunch of controversy with that alone. But I really do think... So setting aside the argument of there were some people who just hated people and wanted to get rid of them. Let's set that aside. I think the bulk of it was that a lot of these people were persecuted or executed. Or both, in most cases both. And why magic was considered so much of a sin was because people were afraid. Not only did it contradict their belief systems and force them to question what they were believing that may not have been true, but also they were worried about the potential of their power. What could they do? Could they destroy me? Could they kill the ones I love? Could they kill off entire civilizations with this power? We cannot take that chance. We have to snuff them out. And one of the basics of human history is panic. Whenever something comes along, the first thing we as humans like to do is panic like chickens. Like Chicken Little. The sky is falling. The sky is falling. If we hear that there is a sickness going around, we'd be like, we got to get the vaccine. Same thing happened with COVID. COVID, turns out that, COVID did kill people, but it wasn't nearly as bad as the media was trying to tell us. All that conspiracy shit was making us panic. There was a lot of fear-mongering going on. We were like, oh no, we're going to die. Save us, save us. There was a lot of that, and, you could disagree with me. We never really took it seriously because they never really gave us a reason to take it seriously, So, when a civilization who is worried about their existence hears about something that has the potential, even the slightest potential, even if it's not really a fear at the time, to cause harm or change their way of life, they panic and immediately go to destroy it or stop it. Now, I am not bashing the Christian religion in any way, shape, or form. I am not blaming modern-day Christians for what ancient Christians did way back when. I have met a lot of very friendly Christians who they don't really care what you do. You know, don't try to change my religion or belief system, and I won't try to change yours. I have met a lot of good people who are Christian and who don't really care what I do, or they have actually asked questions to try and understand from my point of view, and I have asked them questions in return. So I am not bashing all Christians. I am bashing the fake Christians that like to use it as a cover for their behavior. But there's still a lot of people who think that way, who are afraid of what we do or what we could accomplish, and if they had it their way, would twist the law to make sure that we were snuffed out. But I think that's why magic was made a sin. Because they feared what we could do. And it also shattered their preconceived beliefs, their collective hive mind beliefs that, you know, everything in the Bible was legit. Everything was set in stone. It was written in a book, an ancient book, so it must be true. So when people come along and say, well, this isn't really the truth, you should really try to find the truth, they're like, oh my God, no, this can't be. They can't handle it. So they had to destroy that source that was compromising their preset beliefs. Now, I'm a person, I'm not going to try and tell you what to believe. I am telling you what I believe. But I encourage people to not be so set in stone with their beliefs, to always look for the truth. I have told you guys my beliefs, but I know that I could possibly be wrong with those beliefs, and I'm constantly trying to look for the truth to either validate what I believe, to see if it is true or not, or to see if it is wrong and what is the truth. That's the whole point of this channel, enlightenment. Try to enlighten you. But I am never going to try to say what I believe is absolutely true and you absolutely have to follow it or else you are just stupid. I will never say that to you guys. But I encourage you to look for the truth, not be so set in stone with the laws of religion, because we know that religion is like a broken record. It continues on with the same belief throughout time, never really trying to discover the truth because they believe they've already found it. So that's my little opinion. My opinion. Opinion, not truth. Opinion or belief. Let me know what you guys think. Why do you think magic was made a sin? Let me know in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell button so you don't miss any of my future uploads. And have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye.